Yo, it's Kmo. Listen, this is my first video on the channel. So I wasn't planning on putting a video like this up so early on in the channel, but this is something we need to talk about that just popped up. This was posted by House of Highlights uh, about a couple, like 2 hours ago, maybe like 11 o'clock or something like that. I don't remember. Um, but anyway, it's been taken down since then, and obviously you can already see, you can see my comment here. Um, I immediately had an issue with it as soon as I saw it, and honestly didn't think it would be as big of a problem with other people as it was. But J.R. Smith actually did comment himself, and he had a big issue with it, and they ended up taking the post down. But let's just watch this real quick.
This man JR really go to my college. He probably off the Henny right now.
I'll let it play again.
This man JR really go to my college. He probably off the Henny right now.
You see how a couple other people had some problems there. So JR clearly had an issue with this, and he commented. He said, "All right, the Henny shit really not funny. Can y'all try a different joke? Not really mad at the kid, honestly. You can say whatever, but House of Highlights, the disrespect y'all post is truly enough. As a black man in America, you still can't move on from the bullshit that people continue to put in your name. Not one positive post about going to school and trying to better myself. Y'all make it look so weak, corny. To inspire my people to want to do better, you constantly bring up post bullshit. End post bullshit." Yeah, I mean, that sums it up perfectly. These guys claim to be fans of somebody like JR, but all they really want to do is make fun of him and turn him into a meme. And that's exactly what this post is doing. It's just kind of belittling what he's doing with his life and, trying to better himself and get a degree and set an example. And it's literally only just, oh, he's probably off the Henny right now. Which, not even just like, in a different sense, it's like you're calling him an alcoholic almost. And, you don't know what issues he had. Like maybe he did have that problem and got over it and, doesn't want to discuss that because it's his business. But also, and I mean, that might not be the case, but you're still kind of putting him in that box, which is exactly what people do to athletes all the time, especially black athletes. They get put into a box and they get told, shut up and dribble. So that's really not a good look. These kind of things, they just get swept under the rug and like these pages, just because they have all these followers, they're pretty much allowed to do whatever they want as long as they're not being blatantly offensive. And that's something that you can argue wasn't offensive at all. You can look at the comments. Well, you can't look at the comments. They took it down for good reason. But I was looking at a few of the replies to JR, and a lot of people had his back, as they should. But then there's other people who are bringing out like, oh, why do you have to bring race into it? It's literally like, you think things aren't about race, but they are. Especially like black athletes, things that involve animalizing black athletes is all about race. You're like throwing stuff at them from the stands. It's just people just don't understand, and they kind of they brush it to the side and say it's playing the race card, but it's not. It's it's a fact. These things happen, and there's racially motivated thoughts behind them, whether you believe it or not. Like, you may not think, like, a lot of white people don't understand that like black people just see things differently than you. That's just how it is, and you'll never be able to relate to it. But what you can do is try to understand and look at their perspective. Let me play the video.
Obviously, there's been a lot of conversation about fan interaction with players, and then there was an instance tonight. I'm just wondering what you think can be done to prevent.
You can tell he's already fed up with this.
It's unfortunate, that sports has come to a lot of this kind of crossroads where you're seeing a lot of old ways come up. It's been part of that. It's been that way in history in terms of entertainment and performers and sports for a long period of time of just underlying racism and just treating people like they're in a human zoo. Throwing stuff at people, saying things. There's a certain point where it just gets to be too much. So, I called it out. I just wanted to keep it strictly basketball, and then you just see that people just feel very entitled out here. They pay for the tickets, great. I'm grateful that they're coming in to watch a great performance, but it's just, we're not at the theater. We're not throwing tomatoes and other random stuff at the people that are performing. It's too much. And it's a reflection on, us as a whole when you have fans acting like that. So, hopefully people learn their lessons from being banned for however many years of being arrested, but, there's always going to be an occasion.
They won't learn the lesson. House of Highlights is owned by Bleacher Report, if you didn't know that. They promote one another. It's the parent company of House of Highlights for 5 years or so now. And ever since Omar stopped running this, it's been going downhill. Look, everything you need to see in sports and youth culture, which what they mean by that is memes and trolling, like troll bait posts. But it's also like House of Highlights, and so they're posting just a bunch of TikToks, and that TikTok is extremely popular right now. So I get it from a marketing standpoint, but they keep posting this guy, and there's no problem with posting people from TikTok that have popular TikToks, but they're posting that same guy over and over again with these basic takes on basketball. Like, that's muted. Nope. And let's look at this one real quick. Gotta keep it muted for copyright reasons, but if you can't name this NBA player, you gotta leave. I'm assuming he's supposed to be LeBron rapping, or LeBron or Russ. But everybody's like, the top comment, what was the purpose? It's meaningless TikTok bullshit. Joey Chest, that's fine. He's a competitive eater. That's, you can call that a sport. This is just a basic, literally, like, non-controversial post. Pretty much. I mean, you can't really argue. Like, you can argue these, but like, this is just, it's such a basic and safe choice, which is whatever. But it's meaningless. That's the entire point. There's really no point to it, and it's just him. Look, another one just pointing to words. That's content now. It's just like, this guy's playing tug of war with a lion or tiger, whatever, and it's sport related because he has a jersey on. See, they have all these branch pages, and that's great. Do whatever you want, like, to sell your shit, but it gets to a point where it's like you're throwing things in people's faces and forcing it down their throats. Like, this is their second post. This is about betting. Nobody in the comments likes this stuff. Everybody is just like, stop posting this. Why are you promoting gambling on? And then these stupid bots. And then you take one scroll down, and there's another one here where they're showing these guys are worshiping their friend because they told him, or he told them, the right bet to place. It's actually pretty sick because a lot, if not most, of their engagement comes from, young people that aren't old enough to gamble. Look at this. This one is so idiotic.
Right there. 325. And this is even his book, his account.
What does that even mean?
Would you have it on?
He put $325 on green.
Right there.
Which is like that's the smallest chance. So he got the biggest payout, but which is great. But do you? I don't even know. I didn't even know this was a thing on an app. I didn't even know you could play that on an app and win actual money. But and the guy said that's not even his book, not even his account. So what was it? I don't know what he meant by that. It seems like he wasn't spending his own money. Promoting underage gambling to kids. See, yeah, you don't even know how old these people are. He could be using one of his parents' or his friend's account that's over 18. And these could be, they're probably older. They're probably in college, but like 14, 15, 16-year-old kids are getting on their parents' or their older brother's phone and placing bets. Because it's so easy to gamble now. All you have to do is just download an app and you're good. It's disgusting, actually. I think the bigger issue here is that they don't, there's no warnings here. Like, a pack of cigarettes or something or alcohol, there's a warning on the label because it's addicting and terrible for you. That's exactly what gambling is. It's addicting and it's terrible for you. And, anytime you see a commercial for gambling, there's a warning or they give you a number to call if you're addicted. Because you can, it's a proven fact that you can be addicted to this. So if they're teaching kids, like, oh, look how much fun these guys are having betting. Come bet with us. 15, 16, 17-year-old kids are seeing that. As soon as they're allowed to bet, they're going to bet. And they're going to bet a lot of money. They're betting on the demo mode where if you leave your game, it starts a simulation, and they're betting hundreds of dollars on it, and they're showing it's crazy. It's crazy. You can bet on whether or not Jameis Winston is going to start for the Saints. You gotta be kidding me. They're using an EDP meme. They're using an EDP meme. Just in case you've been living under a rock, this guy's a pedophile. Jesus Christ, man. It's worse than I thought it was, honestly. It's not even just Bleacher Report. It's League Alerts. They're doing their thing too, expanding. It's great. Do all you want. Look, this is what I'm talking about. This is their second post. This guy charges people money to tell them what to place bets on. He's a sports consultant. Look at his page. They sell advice. That's all they sell. They sell advice. So they sell things that you can practice on your own and get good at. But these guys are already experts, so they charge money. Jesus Christ. That is a joke. This is a joke. Who's buying these? Who has came on here and spent $30,000 on advice? All picks, classic perspective. You're paying for them to tell you what to do with your money. They want you to pay them $30,000 so they can tell you what to do with your money for an entire year. Are you kidding me? And this is what I'm saying. This is posted by like Legal Alerts isn't a huge page, but they have a pretty big following. It's a good page. He's quick with the posts, and obviously he gets them from Shams and HoH, but um, he's really spot on with them. It's a good page, and like I said, he's expanding, so he's posting these other things that people are complaining about, which is like whatever. The only things that I really have complaints about are this right here, this crap here, and then it's like the meme and like gossip stuff. Like this is whatever, but it's like this belittles what Alex Caruso does for a team, and he's not a great player, but he's a really good role player. He's got good defense and energy, and he's very athletic, and he can be quick. It's just like what are you doing, man? Like your content's usually look, and then he's this stuff. Who cares? Who cares, man? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares about this? And then you get these. He posts this stuff. He posts WNBA highlights, and it's nonstop complaining. And you can't tell me that it isn't incentive to post something if you know you're gonna get a ton of hate comments against it.
Looks like she's doing okay.
Yeah, and this isn't like it's not an amazing play. That's the thing. Like, I feel like he posted that on purpose. This is a regular. It's a regular play. It's like it shows her quickness or whatever is a nice finish, and it doesn't look beautiful because you're used to grown men that can hold a ball like this and do this with it in the air and lay it up and do jellies and all that stuff. So this doesn't look so appealing, and it's also the spot by Chinne right here. Shot, sorry. Every NBA highlight looks like an accident. She didn't mean to make the shot. What did she mean to do with the ball then? Where is it? What was she doing with the ball here? You don't understand that, like, these women are tall, but they're not like these husky ass athletes that are gonna have perfect form, and like, they're women. They look different. They play differently. It's a completely different league. They just play differently. Just like how NCAA, it's different. It's just a different feel, play style. There's a different play style. People don't understand basketball. They can only, they get excited by dunks and crossovers. They don't understand these things, like the little things of basketball and what makes people good, and skill and talent, and the difference between the two. Like I said, Legal Alerts isn't that bad, but this is ridiculous. I know they're paying him for this, and make your money however you want, as long as you're not hurting anyone. But this is kind of hurting people, like I really don't think anybody is buying this shit. But that's the thing, you pump out money for these ads just to hope that maybe 2 people buy it. If 2 people buy the 7-day package, it's $3,000 for them. And I doubt they spent anywhere near that much for that one ad. I don't know, people charge different things, but it's literally just telling you what to do with your money. And it's all it's backed up by knowledge and facts, stats, and all this stuff. Like, they're educated guesses, but they're still guesses. I don't know if it was this page or another one. It was a page like this, so it's just a basketball, info page, Instagram page, where they're like, these accounts with like 1 million followers are posting comments like talking about Kyle Lowry has a fat butt. Like, what are you doing? I get the joke. Like this, I'm not saying that these things aren't funny, but it's the people that are saying them and the context that they're saying them in. Where it's like you're targeting children with adult things. I don't know.